It worked. Yes. 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 Got it working.
Awesome.
Oh, man. I was like puckering bad. I was like, oh, is this thing going to go this week or am I going to screw it up again? And it did it the right way.
And with that, we'll see you next week.
Yep. That's the end of it. Can't get any better than that. See you later. Oh, man. All right. Well, it's already a successful show. So,
Yes, it is.
well, welcome everybody. It is episode 86 of Making It Up As We Go. It's been a week. Lots of crazy stuff going on all over the place. But we've all made it here to Saturday night. So hope everybody's doing well out there. Looks like we got somebody, Mr. Steve here checking in from Workbench Con that wrapped up this evening. So down there in Atlanta. So thanks for hanging out with us, Steve. Appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, I wish I was down there. But regular work that actually pays money takes precedent. So good times. All right, well let's get talking about some stuff. Mr. Corliss, you got anything for us this week? Did you get to work on anything?
Well, I did. Not a big project, but a project none the least.
There you go.
Made that.
Okay, what's that for?
Oh, geez, I hope I didn't lose it. Nope, there it is. That is for over the fan on my A1.
Okay.
Oh.
Because when I reach up there, invariably, I put my finger in there. So that just snaps in there, and it just snaps right in place.
And
it works great.
Very cool.
And the only other, the only other thing I did this week was to, I bought that set of plans from Make CNC that went out of business.
Yeah.
And Al Forte and I unzipped. He had somebody he knew created a batch file to unzip all the embedded zip files. And it works really slick. And so we spent a lot of time setting that up and getting it to work. I think Sean said you did the same thing on your, or tried to do the same thing on yours, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we started with it, started playing with it, and a couple hours into it, he was beat. He was already beat. He was on for several hours prior to that. So called it a night, and then sure enough, so I sat back and I unpacked it in 7-zip without using the script. And the moment I finished, he's like, "Hey, I got it." It's like, a little late, but that works.
So did I. It's the kind of thing, everything's got to be perfect for that script to run.
But when it does, it's pretty cool.
It
is, yeah.
About how many files did they have on that?
Oh, geez, I forget how many files. There's a lot of files on that.
Like 1,500 to 2,000 somewhere.
Wow, that's wild.
Originally, they said the set of files, which is all the files they've ever had on their website, was worth $10,000. Now, I don't know if that's true or not.
I can believe it.
Well, I can too. But it seems like they always had some on sale, but still, it's a lot of files and a lot of really good files.
Now, how much did it end up costing you, Paul?
$195.
That's not bad.
No.
For all those projects, yeah.
For all the projects they had and ever made. And Sean originally hooked me up with them and said, "Hey, look at what these people have." And I've bought a few files from them. And then they decided to go out of business, and it was just too much of a hassle for them. And they had a grand sale of all their products for $195.
Yeah, well worth it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think so.
13 years ago, I joined up with them and became a lifetime member. Throughout the years, what I used to do is, because they give you instructions, they give you everything you need. I'd cut the puzzles out, and I dug it up with instructions, and I sold them for quite a while. My
Wow.
daughter and I would go up to like the craft shows and stuff, and just have a blast. And yeah,
You just sell it with their instructions, would you?
yep, yep. I'd retag it. I'd put my logo on the front, and then
Oh,
you
okay.
keep theirs on it, like on the back, designed by.
Yeah.
So it worked out really good.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, anyone that wants to get into a craft show and has a laser, you're not sure what to do, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Earl wants to know if that's Bob CNC. No, Earl, it's Make CNC.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're
Yeah.
still offering them or not. You'd have to go to their website and see.
Let's see. I'll
Or
tell you
you
real
check.
quick. Yeah.
Sean's going to check it out. Dun, dun,
Yep.
dun.
There's right now they're still available.
Yep. So it's makecnc.com.
Yep. Here shortly, I know they're going to close it down. Honestly, I really I talked to them about purchasing the site, but a little out of my league.
Yeah.
Oh, you want a few bucks for it, did they?
It's worth it. In my opinion, it's worth it because you get all the file, you get everything.
All the releases
Yep.
and all the rights and
Yep.
Hmm. Craziness.
I think one of the biggest downfalls is not too many people really showed their products on YouTube.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Crazy.
yeah, they're worth it. I can't tell you how many I've cut. I'm still cutting new ones.
Yeah, I've cut a few in there. They're all high quality.
Yeah, he's done us. The fun one is if you have a big enough laser, do the Eiffel Tower, but do it in 1/4 inch,
Ooh,
and it's
how
about 5
high
feet tall.
is it
No,
really?
it's really cool.
Wow.
I made several of those, and I was selling for like $60 a piece. And this guy, every time I'd go in, he'd buy all of them, and I wouldn't see him for a couple months. And sure enough, he'd look me up, and he'd buy them all again. To find out he was going to other craft shows, and he was selling them at $200 a pop.
Now
It's
that
like
was the kit or the assembled tower?
the assembled. I'd assemble them on the big ones. So yeah, it's like, man, I undersold myself.
Yeah.
I made money. I was happy.
Very cool.
Yeah.
JR's out there asking if you'd share the ballpark of where they were asking, Sean.
About 20,000.
That's not bad.
No, not
That's not
for
bad at
everything.
all.
No,
Yeah.
and to keep it going, and I think that'd be awesome.
Hmm. Crazy.
There's good potential there.
Yeah.
Well, Sean, you've had an eventful week, but was there anything else that you had worked on or anything?
Yeah, I've been working on it's my triple drop. That's a 6-inch drop module. I've been working on a bridge, and it's based off of a bridge in Arizona. It's the Devil's Gorge.
Nice.
Hopefully, I'll have it finished by the end of the weekend, but it's coming along.
Yeah, what
I
I
didn't
saw on
bring it in.
Facebook about that, it looked great.
Yeah, it's turning out nice. I'm putting more girder work into it. It's one of those, like, I only did so much to see how it looked, and I did one side, and it's like, okay, it looks okay, so I went ahead and did the bridge itself, and now I'm doing the final touches on it.
Cool.
I think it's gonna. I haven't tested it on the actual on the actual module yet, so I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. I have faith in myself, so
Yeah. It'll be fine.
yeah. It shouldn't be more than a 0.5 millimeter off.
Yeah. And if it is, then that's why duct tape was involved.
In this case, it'd be sandpaper, but yeah.
Yeah. Good times. Good times. Well, I like I told everybody last week. I actually have the home show this weekend for my solar company and the Christmas lighting company, our local home show. And so I was there today. So the last several days have been occupied with getting ready for that and everything else. So really, even the super secret project that I've been working on, even that's had to take a little bit of a back seat this week. so I could do this other stuff. But we'll be back on that on Monday. So
Awesome.
hopefully in 2 weeks I'll have I can make some sort of announcement for everybody, and I can let everybody in on what I've been working on. So uh, I'm really excited about it. I have hundreds of hours involved in it now, so it's I'm pretty happy with what I've developed so far. But let's see here. Oh, JR's talking about the Workbench Con. Uh, couldn't attend the actual events during the day, but went the last 2 nights and met up with everybody. It was
Oh,
great.
cool.
Very cool. Yeah, those pesky jobs there, JR. You know, those dealerships don't run themselves.
Yeah. They'll talk about running themselves. So how was the shows?
It was okay. It was kind of a nice day here today, so I think it was a little bit slower than normal for Saturday for that show. But tomorrow's supposed to be garbage, so it should pick up. You know, we
Yeah.
a lot of the consensus was everybody was out, because it was a decent day out, and tomorrow when it's garbage, they'll come into the home show. So,
Yeah.
talk to some of the usual suspects that I've talked to every year for the last 12 years. Um, Today is actually turns out to be the 12th anniversary of my solar company. So,
Awesome.
yeah, so
Congratulations.
oh well, thank you. Yeah, it's a pretty good achievement to have a company, for 12 years, and so it's and has done well when I want it to. We were kind of selling the Christmas lighting stuff end of it pretty good today because it was like, yeah, I don't know how much of this roof walking I want to do. Do you like Christmas lights? Here you go. We can do that for you. But yeah, it was a good time. So tomorrow, it's a shorter day tomorrow. So today was like 9 to 5, and I had to get there at like 8:15 to try to finish getting set up. I wasn't ready, and so um, I was there basically from like 8:15 to 5. And tomorrow it's 10 to 4. So we'll after 4 o'clock, I take about an hour to break it all down and get it loaded back up and back here to the house. So and then we wait, because Christmas light stuff you're not going to hear anything about until September.
Yeah.
And solar side of things, they people usually start calling within the next couple weeks if they're going to call at all. So we'll see. No big deal.
That's awesome though.
Yeah. Um, but yeah. Anyway, so there's been some interesting news over the past week in the CNC world. There was a post it might have been a little bit over a week ago at this point, but Bob CNC. There's well, about a year ago, I guess is when it starts. Bob posted on Bob Wood, the owner of Bob CNC, posted on Facebook a message about if anybody might be interested in purchasing the company from him, to reach out. Whoop. Dog dog alarm. Uh, to reach out to him and have a conversation. I'm assuming at this point that nothing came of those conversations, if there were any, because the other day he put a post out that said that they are now putting all their design files on their GitHub for download. So
Oh wow.
you could cut your own Bob CNC machine, their evolution, the revolution,
That's one
the
that interests me.
quantum. Yeah, so you could all the files are there to download if you want to. um, which was pretty wild. If you go to Bob CNC's website, it shows everything's sold out and stuff like that. So I believe what has happened is that Bob has decided to retire. So he's going to take time and do all that and have a fun retirement. So that's a pretty great. He was able to have a successful exit from the business and um, all that. So congratulations to them. And they're still going to support their machines and files and stuff like that from what I've heard and seen. But I guess they're getting out of the business as a general whole. So interesting.
I first ran into Bob's stuff years ago. It's over a decade.
Yeah.
It was the time of like my Ordbot Hadron, when very first printer. You could, the cupcakes were out, and
Yeah.
he was doing the wooden frames that looked
Yeah.
similar to the Maker Bots and the cupcakes.
Yep.
And that was really intriguing. He just continued on and into the CNC realm, and
Yeah.
he did good. I think he had a great run from what I saw.
Yeah. I have one of the Bob CNC Revolutions, the rotary machine, and what a cool machine! I can't say enough about the experience of putting it together. Was the thoughtfulness of every step and fitment and everything was pretty incredible. So
Made
um,
it extremely rigid.
yeah, and like you look at how quarter-inch plywood, and you're like, oh, that's not going to be strong. But you grab that thing, and
Yeah.
it's a rock. So it was pretty wild. Um, yeah. So, but congratulations to them, and all the best in the future, and all that good stuff. And hopefully, hopefully we hear some more out of them at some point. So. Trying to think of what other news there was. Oh yeah, Workbench Con was this weekend. I believe it all wrapped up at this point. I think at 5 o'clock this evening. There in Atlanta, which is anybody that doesn't know what Workbench Con is, it's really for the content creators of woodworking CNC stuff. Go down there and kind of more of a conference than a like convention. Um, Learning, rubbing elbows and all that good stuff. So uh, um, maybe next year, hopefully next year, I can get down there and go check it out because I think it'd be cool. Yeah. Well, let's get moving on this and talk about some of these videos and all that fun stuff that happened this week, and we'll go from there. See how it goes here. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Jerry had to get the old haircut for the home show, so had to shave. That whole professional looking thing. Try not to scare everybody off before I get a chance to talk to them. So yep. So all right, well let's get talking here. The first video of the week is from the Swedish maker. Uh, he was 3D printing a bunch of tools for the wood shop. Um, Good video. He always shoots a good video and has a good story to tell when he's doing it. Um, the first things he was making, those were like setup blocks for different sizes and stuff like that. But some of the other stuff that he was making were pretty cool too. There were like some clamping jigs, dog holes, um, little knife for his used up
Oh,
um, blades and stuff. A center finder, which is right there. That's what the red thing is.
I've printed one of those. Those actually work very well.
Oh yeah, yeah. So he was in the process of all these tools that he's showing. He's making a stool, and so um, Yeah, he makes several things for his Festool equipment. Um,
I like this one. Talk about Festool.
yeah. Oh yeah. The in case you
You can
help you
hide
keep
one.
it from getting stolen,
Yeah,
or if it gets stolen, a little air tag to help
it
um,
just hides
find it.
away.
Yeah, I think on that particular one. So like, I would print two of those out and put one in on both sides. Like
So,
you only put one air tag in there, but if you put the little cap in on both sides, it looks like it's supposed to be there.
hmm
Um,
exactly.
instead of if somebody's stealing it and they're all right, why is there something in one part of this and not the other?
See, one thing on the AirTags that I'm kind of curious about now, isn't it? If you have an Apple phone and if there's an AirTag and it's around you for so long, your phone will alerts you to it.
I don't know. I've never messed with the air tags myself, but I guess it gives you enough. It would give you the owner enough time to be able to help track it down
Yeah.
where it is. Assuming that you found it fast enough. Found
Yeah, I
out.
think it has to be in the vicinity of another Apple phone.
Yeah. But from my understanding, is like, say if somebody tags my car with one of those, and if I had an Apple phone, if it's like around you for over a couple hours, your phone alerts you to it.
Oh, could be. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
But I heard
I
for
haven't
sure.
messed with the air tags myself, so I don't know.
I
Yeah.
don't
And
have an Apple phone, so
Yeah.
get with it, old man.
yeah. Well,
Paul, I'm right there with you, man.
when you're old, it's hard to change.
Yeah, I hear you. Wait a second, Paul. You were around when you had to talk to an operator to call the next door neighbor.
I I was, yeah,
I know.
yeah.
It was a 4-digit phone number back then.
Yeah.
No, not four. No.
Oh, that's when you cranked?
Yeah, you cranked it right. You had to replace the batteries every once in a while.
Good times. Good times. Yeah, so this was a good one. And I think all the files were, or I guess links to the files and stuff were in the description of that video. And all the links to all these videos that we're talking about are in the description of our video. So if you want to get a nice easy shortcut to go view these, you can do so. Pretty easily. All right, well we'll move on then to Mr. Hamilton. Mr. Hamilton had a new video out this week, and we talked about the woodshop junkies video the other week, right? Did we talk
Uh,
about that? I'm
I'm
trying
not
to.
100% sure on that one.
It wasn't a CNC project so that they did, but this one that Hamilton did is. And I sent Hamilton a message because I was like, oh, somebody else watched the Woodshop Junkies video and thought that would make a good CNC project. and, and he was like, oh no, I totally like copy somebody without realizing it. I was like, I don't know. But, I think within the last couple weeks here. Let me look here and see.
Dave Gatton had a show where he
Oh,
made
yeah.
some sawhorses,
Yeah. Dave
but
had
they weren't full
those other
flat
ones.
like that.
It seems
Uh,
to be the month of sawhorses.
Yeah.
This is pretty cool, though.
yeah, it was 2 weeks ago.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, 2 weeks
He
ago. I thought.
uses that good plywood too.
Yeah, he does that, which I don't understand. Sawhorses should be made from garbage.
Right.
Otherwise, you're not going to want to use them. You know.
If you're going to spend that kind of money, why not just go buy some plastic ones?
Yeah.
Or at least stain them.
Yeah.
No.
The well, I know. I was looking recently at some half-inch Baltic birch plywood,
hmm
and whew,
It's not cheap.
they liked that plywood in a 4x8 foot sheet. They were very proud of it. It was like $160
Oh,
for a 4x8 foot sheet
Holy
of half
smokes.
inch.
of half-inch.
of 1/2 inch Baltic birch
Is
plywood.
that the 5x5 sheet or the
No, that was the 4x8.
4x8? Yeah, it's getting
So,
crazy.
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't think I'll be making any projects out of that stuff.
yeah, it can be pretty pricey on that. So,
Now imagine that 1/4 inch and then watching all your material warp on your cup.
yeah, right. Yep, I hear you on that, buddy.
I like MDF.
Um, yeah, Hamilton made some other projects in this video too. I kind of like the style that he's doing these days, um, because it's not really a how to make this one particular item. He shows you a couple different ones, and you can go figure out what you want to do. Um, right there, he's showing that you could put a bottle opener in the sawhorse, which I think every sawhorse needs a bottle opener.
Oh yeah.
Well, I
Open
thought
up
he was
that
going to
bottle
put an
here.
air tag in there.
Yeah, he could have put the air tag.
I mean, that Baltic birch plywood's awful expensive.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
that,
that's
yeah.
cool.
And then there's an arm, multi-purpose type of spindly arm thing. Um,
Yeah, that was really neat.
yeah, yeah, you can move that thing all over the place and get it to where you need it to be, and um,
I can see using that for a camera mount.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
think that's what he was talking about using it
Okay.
for. But I guess Mitz, one of his design guys, used it as a monitor mount. Uh, so
That works.
yeah, that's for a drill press, like a drill press caddy. Um, and he was talking about the difficulty of drilling into ingrain, um, which
Anyway.
I've meaning to reach out to him and tell him my way of doing that uh, would have been pretty possible for him. But
Look at that smoke.
yeah, yeah.
Whoops.
What is your way of doing it, Ryan?
Doing it with 1/2 inch plywood and using a ball nose bit to cut a groove in it.
And then gluing the two together.
Gluing them
And
together.
glue the two together. Yep.
Cool.
Which I just talked about part of something I've been working on. And I don't have a part of a piece here to even show you what I'm talking about with that, but it's kind of cool. But it's exactly why Hamilton was having a problem drilling into the end grain. Because a bit is gonna, when you're drilling into the end grain like that, the bit's gonna want to follow the grain or whatever, and it's very difficult to get it to go right down the center. And so if you do it the way that I don't know, maybe I invented it, I don't know, but my thought process of doing it was to do it with 2 1/2 inch pieces and then glue them together, and it gives you a perfectly centered hole that is 1/4 inch around. So, but pretty neat. Um, yeah, that's a sander stand or sandpaper stand right there, and
I need to make one of those.
I
yeah,
do too.
I should too, because my sandpaper ends up 5 sheets to the wind. Uh, I find it everywhere, and then like some of it, like when I'm sanding something and I use up one, I just take it off and I kind of just toss it. So it ends up like they all end up everywhere. And I'm looking for one. I'm like, oh, there's a piece down there. Oh, well, I already used that stupid piece.
See, for some reason, I save it.
Yeah, like there's no reason to save it.
I know, but there's a little edge on it that hardly got used, and I can use that for touching up.
That's probably why I think so too. And that I don't just throw it in the trash. I like throw it on the bench or something.
Yep.
So, yeah. Yeah. So craziness.
Now, what's cool is you see that spray can paint holder thingy?
Yep.
Yep.
There's one just like that on Etsy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Go to Etsy store, Etsy Klondike. I had to throw that in.
Looks a lot like
Yeah.
that, huh?
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah. Well, if you don't want to get that one from Etsy, the you can always get the ones from Hamilton, which are from CNC with me.
Oh
Right.
yeah,
The members get all those files for
you
free.
get it for free there. Go for it.
Yeah, there you go. So
And
good
if you're
times.
not a member, join.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
should. It's a cool community over there.
it is.
Hamilton was also over at Workbench Con. So uh, there's a bunch of James Dean Designs. He was there. Came over from
Cool.
across the pond to go there. Um, so there's a lot of folks, at that
Yeah,
event.
and Dave and Steve went down there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Dave from the Clack Shack and Steve from Ventari. Yep, they were both there too. And
That's cool.
yeah, yeah,
One
very
of these
cool.
days.
Let's see here. All right, well, moving on then. We'll move over to Pawpaw's Workshop. So this was brought up last week. I guess he had released the video right before or that the day of the show last week, and so he's got a new Jinmitsu 4x4 machine, and which is in a lot of monstrous boxes. He released like 3 videos this week, but this is the one that was talking about, which he made his work table out of 2 slab prefab like doors, the hollow core doors. That's what it
Mhm.
is. And interesting concept to use the hollow core doors. I don't know how much I would do that, like personally. I guess if I was trying to do something to keep it flat or whatever, but I understood why he was using them. They're light and relatively flat and square. So those are the slab style. So there's no indents or anything like that in them. So
The
uh,
only thing that would make me worried is now they're using a cardboard grid on the inside.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. So on they have like some wood on the edges or something like that, but
Yeah.
then the rest of it's kind of cardboard. So for what he's using it for, it should be fine because
Yeah.
he built the Jinmitsu machine on the outside or on top of it. So I would assume it'd be okay.
Did he put plywood or anything on top of those doors?
No, no,
No.
that's a surface. Yeah, I guess this isn't the first time that he's done this either. He's made he mentions in this video about how he did he has like another table there in his shop, like the workbench or something like that, is a hollow core door. Um,
I'm sitting here watching the video and it's like watching his saw. That
yeah,
that one scares me.
yeah, that is a Pawpaw's
Holy smokes.
Pawpaw's Workshop needs to get a new
Somebody
microphone.
sponsor that man, please.
Yeah,
Before he loses a hand.
yeah, that's all seen some days right there.
That one you have to show some high respect to.
It's it's seen some days and seen some fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no shield coming down on that thing
Oh
or nothing.
no.
It's just freewheeling. Yeah. Good on you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Hey,
7, 8,
got
9.
them
He's
all.
still got them all still, so he's doing all right.
Oh lordy.
Yeah. Yeah, but good table. The other videos that he did this week were one of them was like assembling the new Jinmitsu 4 foot by 4 foot table CNC, and I don't know. I was watching it and man, that looks like a huge machine. Like I guess it's just probably the angles that he's at with it or whatever, but in the video, it looks like it's just a gigantic machine. Like it looks way beyond 4 foot by 4 foot. But but I guess it's just optical illusion.
I didn't get a good. This week's been different for me. I'll say it that way. So I haven't had the opportunity of watching a lot of these videos, and now that I see what he's building it on, that's pretty solid.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
That's really solid.
Yeah, yeah, it should be fine.
Yeah,
It's almost like building a torsion box on top of a torsion box.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with the way that those things are built, as long as I don't know, I may have inadvertently put a foot through one of these types of doors pretty easily before. Uh, so my opinion on their strength isn't that great, but if it's secured down to that tabletop and stuff like that, or to that bench, then I would assume it'd be fine.
I've used them for benches.
Yeah,
I throw a 2x4 on the wall, and attach the back of it, and throw a couple legs on it, and
yeah.
lay it up.
I don't know if it's an economical solution for a tabletop at this point. Um, with said foot maybe accidentally going through a door, and having to replace said door. I mean, those I don't know about these slab styles, but the ones that have the regular wood looking fanciness to them. I mean, it was like $80 or $90
Yeah, or even
for
getting
just the door itself. So I don't know how inexpensive those slab style ones are, but
they're up there.
yeah,
I bet you it was $60 a piece.
yeah. So yeah, I would think I might want to just use plywood instead, but that might just be me. But
I like what Kenneth did. He chopped up a solid surplus conference table.
oh, there you go.
That works.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Let's see here. What's Earl saying? Ryan, do you have anything with CNC with me doing their shows? No, I did for a little while, and then uh, I got too swamped, and I had to pull away from doing the show I was doing over there. Um, but yeah, they're great folks over there, though. They have some good stuff going on. I just had too many obligations that I couldn't continue to participate with the shows over there. So, all right, well, let's move on then. So, Alive Pixel Creations. So, I hadn't seen this gentleman before, but I enjoyed this video. So uh, Dave over there at the Clack Shack, and now Ventari, Steve, they have the Omni One lasers,
Hmm.
and we've seen some really cool stuff getting cut, but we haven't seen any fabrics being done. So this guy was actually doing fabric on with this Omni One UV laser,
That is too
and
cool.
yeah, some of it was pretty neat. Like he did some of those bags, the tchotchke bags that you get from going to
Mhm.
home shows and stuff like that. He was doing some of that, like testing on those. Then he tested it on a pair of jeans that he had, a sweatshirt. That's one of his sweatshirts that he's got, and he was trying that out. Um, and with varying degrees of success. I think the coolest one that he did was the jeans. I think it had the coolest effect to it all. But yeah,
Now, I've played around with jeans and CO2, and you can do it.
yeah. Well, yeah, and like that with his sweatshirt there, he was showing like how he was burning through it in some spots, but then he got some good stuff. That's with the bag. Took a couple tries, but they finally got a good you know process out of it. Looked pretty neat.
I want to see the jean material.
And dude, the cojones on this guy for like holding it with his bare hands right there near where that laser is going to be going down. I'm sure you can see where the he's got the where the test thing is, but still, I don't know if I'd want my hands that close to that laser flaming around. The one shot, it looks like it nicks his finger because he moves it pretty quick, but he doesn't say anything about it. But
That rates right up there with Papa's miter saw.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's
I
got a little
don't.
distance there.
So
Huh.
pretty cool though, because what it's vaporizing the color out of it.
That's so cool. I like
Yeah,
bleaching it.
yeah, yeah. This is what he does to his jeans is pretty neat looking. He has a logo in there and and adds it.
Well, you know what? I don't. It's just running through my mind is, you take a pair of blue jeans, you put them outside for several weeks. The sun's going to bleach them. That's all UV light.
Yeah,
So I wonder if it's kind of the same principle, except you're getting it all at once.
yeah. Make them concentrated or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll stick
yeah,
your finger in
yeah.
there.
Yeah, look how is this the part where it might get his thumb? Yeah,
Oh, right
see it?
there.
You see it? Yeah, see, he moved it. I think he got him. It got him. Yeah,
I don't see nothing on his thumb itself, but
yeah.
that
But
was
look
cool.
how nice and clean that came out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it
Let's see that thumb.
that would give some really cool. The downside is that it's such a small work area that you have to deal with. Like if you could put like the leg of those jeans down, and
Oh, all the way down
it would be awesome.
like a big
But
old dragon. No.
yeah, but it's just not possible to get that type of depth at it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So it, but that's what a cool way to like put a logo on it or do whatever you want. That'd be that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. Um,
Weird.
yeah. Oh yeah. Here he is. What?
Uh,
See, let's watch it again. And see if he gets
there
his.
we go.
He moves it really quick, so I think he got him. Here comes.
You're right.
See, he's just way too close to it. But yeah, yeah, but that's cool. I dig that. So,
Alex Sharp.
yeah, yep. I'd put weird things on my pants. That's what I would end up doing. You know, I'd put little arrows saying "pocket." You know?
I bet those would sell.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably would.
What something right on the front that says "Is my fly down?"
Barn doors.
Yeah,
Right
yeah. There
pocket,
you go.
left pocket, left rear pocket, right rear pocket.
Yep, that'd be funny.
That's pretty good. Well done.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll move on then. We oh yeah, he tried on socks too, and socks didn't work. Uh, once in a six side. Interesting video on this because it's not really anything about It's not a project video, but what he's talking about is the affiliate program uh, stuff with a bunch of 3D printer companies, and then he ranks them according to what he thinks where they are. So if anybody's not aware, these guys are getting sent out printers and stuff like that. I don't, but I wish somebody would send me something. But anyway, so when you do the affiliate programs, a lot of them use this website called Share a Sale. They also use a couple other ones, but Share a Sale seems to be the biggest one. And it's kind of just a platform for being able to do affiliate links and stuff like that. And to be an affiliate with whatever company, which a bunch of them are listed on this that are on there, you have to agree to their terms or whatever for their agreement. And so he's going through the agreements uh, and then he has like an AI tool like analyze them and look for things that could make you think that what kind of influence the manufacturer has over the content that is being put out. And I guess this started because he got a notification about Bamboo changing their terms,
Mm-hmm.
and so he was able to see what it was and what they turned into. And originally, the Bamboo one, I think basically it said, reviews or videos about Bamboo stuff will be in a positive light, blah 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 blah. And they actually changed it to be saying something that it's like more accurately reflecting, um, the experience of the machine or something like that. I don't know, whatever. But if you're reading that and you're like, oh well, they're reviewing the review is they have to say something positive, like you can't say anything negative about it. um and so he goes through all these different ones and kind of ranks them to what he thinks was good or bad. um Elegoo wasn't so great. What's that one? The E one? I forget which one is got the F, but Flash
Not the
Forward, I
Forge.
think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flash Forge basically was saying like you're supposed to send them the video before you post it,
Mm.
and stuff like that, which I don't think anybody actually does, but you're supposed to. And if somebody is looking at your stuff saying, yeah, you have an affiliate link with them, well, it's in the terms of their
Yeah.
affiliate program that says that you're supposed to send them your video and stuff beforehand. So,
The biggest thing with that is you can't, like with Flash Forge, if that's the case, you can't give your honest opinion.
right, exactly. And
It's,
that's
it's a
that's like
commercial.
that's what he's talking about with it, is that
Yeah.
like it's not you can't really be truthful. If you're going by what their affiliate program says, you can't be truthful about what you're trying to talk about when they send you out something.
So all you're doing is making a commercial for them.
Yeah, yeah. But he's, how many people actually read those things? Like, how many of the creators out there actually read what's going on with them, or do what they say in those things? But I guess it really just gives them the power to be able to shut you off if they want to, from the affiliate program.
You know, talking about printers, I got my my Bamboo to work with Orca.
Oh,
They
did you?
Yeah. Now they have it's like an add-on or a driver for it that's been released. Um, they've turned around, Bamboo turned around, and now you can do it as a, oh, not a designer. Can't think of the name. Sucks getting old.
Developer?
Developer, yes. So you can run it all in land mode now, and you can run Orca, and like all the screens and stuff that everyone was worried about.
Yeah.
In development mode, you can still do everything you want. So pretty much what they're doing is they're securing the cloud side of it, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Oh,
But
crazy.
that was nice news.
Yeah. Um, yeah. You should definitely check this video out though, because it is interesting to see the background of what the affiliate programs are
Yeah.
supposed to be, according to the folks over at the manufacturers. I think FL Sun didn't even have one, and that's why they got the S tier. And the A tier folks over there, the Soval, the Nomad 3D, and Sheedy, theirs was like one or two lines. Like, yeah, nothing too crazy. Um, I think Creality was just really vague, and then it kind of starts going downhill from there. But
I've had a Soval. It's not a bad printer.
yeah, yeah, no, yeah, they make decent
Yeah.
stuff.
I'd like to try the what is it, GD?
Yeah,
GD?
yeah. People say it different. But I think recently I've been hearing Sheedy, like Sheidi.
It's Sheedy.
Is that, well? That's the pronunciation I've been hearing the most recently. But
Yeah.
Cutie, I don't know, whatever. All right, well, we'll move on then. Uh, to Uncle Jesse. Talk about the whole thing about being like a affiliate links and stuff like that. With the you know he wasn't holding back on this guy. He's got one of the K2s, the Creality K2 pluses, which is a big multicolor printer, and he's had some problems with it. So he made this video not as a review of it, because he hasn't been able to have it working long enough to do a review on it. But uh, there's been a bunch of parts replaced on it. Creality sent him a bunch of stuff trying to get it fixed. I guess there's a couple other people that are having similar problems with it. Like it does the probing and then just freezes, so it won't do what it's supposed to do right now.
Hmm.
I think, my personal opinion, from what he was saying, I'm guessing it's a failed solder joint on the main board, and that's kind of my guess. But the next thing that they're doing, Creality sending them out a new main board at this point, and so that's my guess, is that it's a failed solder joint. So once it was working fine the first couple times, but then now when it gets hot, it doesn't work right. So I think to me it sounds like a solder joint is going
Yeah,
as bad.
track board maybe.
Yeah. So and yeah, there it is. There's the failure right there. So interesting.
I'd still like to get one of those printers.
Yeah, I'd be all about it. It's a great. I mean, he has very many compliments about when it was printing properly. Um, it printed out really well. Just there's some kind of problem with it, and by replacing, then they've already replaced a couple of the boards, like in the printer head and stuff like that. So if you change out the motherboard and it doesn't fix it, I mean, who knows what would be wrong with it at that point? But my guess is that it's solder joint on the main board. So, pretty crazy poop shoot, big giant thing.
Look like high heels for a second.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But cool machine. Hopefully, it gets fixed. Fun times.
See now if they come out with the kit for the K1 Max, then I'll have a knockoff, right?
Yeah. There you go. I really wish one of these companies though would come out with like a 5-color one. Like if the Creality, if that K2 Plus would have had, okay, you got the CFS, like do a CFS Plus, which is a 5-color one, which would fill out the top of that machine. But then it's really going head to head with the Prusa XL at that point. So
See, now that one's a hard one to compare because you're putting 5 heads against one.
yeah, but you do have the 5 colors, and
Yes.
every other, it's the only one that's out there commercially available that has 5 colors.
Yeah.
You had they had the room to put a 5th one up there. Is all I'm saying.
Oh, I agree.
And I think they could have done it.
Utilize the space.
Yeah. So
Look at that thing just fly though.
yeah. Craziness. Oh, all right. Well, we'll move on then to Andy Bird's. Andy Bird Builds. He did a cool project, and it's a free file if you have Vectric software. So he created a dog bowl, dog feeder thing that you can put up on the CNC, and I thought it was kind of cool because he angled it; it wasn't flat. I thought that was a neat little design to it, angling and making it a little bit easier for the dog to get their face in there. But yeah, if you have Vectric software, you can go, and he's done this several times with Vectric as a partner with it, and man, he went deep with that. that looks so deep. But yeah, you can get the files for that for free. Pretty cool.
That it is.
Uh, yeah, Harry says my Frenchie is so short the bowls are just on the floor. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, my girls, they just use the toilet bowl. That's
yeah,
not the right height. That's wrong.
yeah. Oh, I had one. I used to have a dog. His name was Bob. He was an Australian Shepherd. I didn't name him. He came to me named Bob, and I couldn't change it. It just he was a Bob. Uh, he was a jerk. He was a jerk face. He would look at he looked like Falcor from the Never Ending Story. But you, you know, you'd say, "Hey, Bob," he's doing something he's not supposed to do. Like he gets out of the house or whatever, and he would just kind of like look over his shoulder at you and just go, "Oh, I don't hear you, stupid human." And he would just keep on walking. And it's like, "Bob," and he would just kind of like look over his shoulder a little bit again and just keep on going. You jerk face, come back here. I caught him one time. He was trying to escape the house when I wasn't there. We had the window open, but the screens were in the windows. So I came home and this stupid ass dog, he's hanging out the window. He was, big 70, 80 pound or Australian Shepherd. He's stuck on the windowsill. Like he was he was hung over outside. He had knocked the screen out. He was a moron, but I love that dog. He was an idiot. So, but yeah, a neighbor poisoned him.
Oh.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. Guy was trying to clear a path. Didn't find out for a while until afterwards. Uh, when Bob got sick, because the guy turns out he was poisoning the dogs through the neighborhood that had low fences. So he was like stealing stuff on one side of the neighborhood, and he would use the yards to cut through. So, and if they had a big dog, he was poisoning them. So, like 5 or 6 big dogs through the neighborhood died within 2 weeks, and but nobody knew it until after this guy ended up in jail, and for something else. And then he tried to hire somebody to kill his wife while he was in jail. So interesting.
Hopefully he's still there.
Last I heard, I don't know if he still is or not at this point, but who knows? He deserved to be there. But yeah, anyway. But yeah, some free files are there on Vetric's website for the dog bowl thing. So
Check
pretty
it out.
sweet. Good times.
And the links are down below to the video.
Yeah. Yep. I like the design. It was a good design on it. So yeah. All right. Well, John Heinz, we talked about him. Well, this video a couple weeks ago we were talking about him, and it was about his on his one secondary channel talking about his his CNC that he built from whatever kind that was originally. It was orange one. I forget what that thing was, but anyway, he rebuilt it and hung it on the wall. I don't know why. Whatever. People are going to do what people are going to do. But anyway, he talks about that for the first part of the video, but then there's Stepcraft. Yeah. Yeah, he talks about it for the first part of the video, and then he talks about the project that he's making in the second part of the video. And the second part of the video, what he was making was a dead blow hammer using the CNC. And for the weight, usually people put like buckshot or something inside sand or something else inside of it. He decided to put change. Yeah, it was a good idea for it. And I guess it worked okay. I didn't agree with how much he put in there, though. Like,
Dang.
you've seen how much he's
Expensive
putting in
hammer.
there. Yeah,
That's
well,
an
but
expensive hammer.
like, and also when he swings it, they're going to get like all sideways. There's too much room at the top or at one side that they they can fold over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, at the
Makes
end.
sense.
Yeah. So they're not going to stay nice and sideways like that for very long. I wouldn't think. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah. So he 3D printed the whole dead plow hammer, and
CNC about it.
then he puts it back into the wall.
you you seriously have something for wall hanging machines?
They're not designed for that. Like,
No, they're not.
if the machine was designed to, and I really think there would be a market for a CNC that is designed to be wall mounted. And I'm sure you could do it. I don't think it would be all that difficult to design one that would be intended to be wall mounted. And that's how you market it too. You know, hey, this is a wall mounted CNC. But this Stepcraft and the Onefinities and all, they're not designed for that. But that's just
No, I agree.
me out there screaming at the clouds, I guess. But whatever.
Oh, Javi well mounted his CNC apparently.
But he did, but it was to store it, if I remember correctly. Like he could run it to some extent, if I remember correctly. That I think it had to be still tilted out a little bit, maybe. I don't think he could run it completely vertical, if I remember right. But maybe he could. I don't know. But I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. But whatever. People are going to do what people are going to do.
Yep.
But like I said, somebody could design a CNC that is intended to be wall mounted, and I think it would do well because people that want to wall mount their CNCs would buy it. And then some idiot would want to put it on a table, and you moron, you put it on a wall.
Okay, yeah, he stored his upright and cuts flat.
Yeah.
The gantry was too heavy. Yeah, see that, and that's my thought. Unless you have counterweights on the gantry,
Yeah.
it's just pushing some weight.
Yeah. Earl's building a table to mount his Nemo Labs up vertical ways, but you're not intending to run it vertical, and that's kind of like this is being actually run vertically, and I think I don't think that's the right move, but that's just me. Whatever. Potato, potato. People are going to do what they want to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine would be a bitch to hang up. That thing that weighs a ton.
Yeah. So,
Plus, you can't see. Then you lose your work surface too, and your storage area.
Right.
yeah, right.
That.
Could you imagine what Dave would do with a $10,000 assembly table that had to be hung on a wall?
Oh,
Yeah, it'd be a mess.
literally. Okay, I like his sandpaper holder. That's a slick.
Yeah,
idea.
that's a great project that he's done with it.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, he's got a video out there on that. And,
That is sick.
yeah, it works really well. So,
I
maybe
like that more than the hammer.
maybe a year or so ago is when he did that.
Okay.
So, but yeah. Oh, all right. Well, the last video I had listed on here, I didn't get to finish even watching it because it just came out a couple hours ago, or today. Maybe I mean that's still considered a couple hours. Whenever it came out today. But our buddy Sandcraft, well, he's not our buddy. I've never talked to the guy, but I enjoy
He's a good guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was making a sign for the Mountain Maker, which is another channel that we've talked about on occasion. But he was using his water jet and the laser and everything else on this one, so it was looking pretty good. And I just didn't get a chance to finish watching it, so maybe we'll talk about this one a little bit more next week, because it sounds like he had a tough time with it, trying to get it to go. So we'll check her out next week. But yeah, that's about it for this week. I really don't even have a now for something different video this week because things been just crazy. So um, didn't see anything I thought everybody else would think would be interesting. Yeah, Earl. Yeah, Javi did the. I think he called it like Colossus or something like that. The big Gatton that used garage door rails to hang it up or whatever. But yeah, I think it was like 6 foot by 6 foot or something like that. It was a big machine. So,
There we go. Now for something. I don't know. I just typed in now for something different.
oh geez. Here we go. We're gonna get demonetized again. We're not or shut down. What,
Oh, he only has 500,000 subscribers. We're safe.
looks like his wife passed away last year. That's sad.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Anyway, yeah. All right. Well, let's get back over here and yeah, fun times. So I guess I think we'll have Mr. Hammerquist back next week. I think he's finishing up his galactic space tour uh, this weekend. So we'll probably see him again next week. And yeah, we'll keep on running and having a great time. Anybody out in the chat got anything for us? Anything that we should be keeping an eye out for? Al's ordering his Nemo Lab stuff right now. Al, what are you ordering? What are you getting? Um,
And Al, don't forget to use Dave's
yeah,
discount code.
use Dave's discount code on top of that, and get yourself an extra 10% off. So, whatever it is that you're picking up.
yeah. Thank goodness Paul didn't buy nothing this week. I'd be on Amazon right away, probably buying.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. Jeez.
I'll have to work harder on that next week.
Hey, I love those bags though. I've been going
Aren't
through.
those neat?
Yeah. I picked up an
Yeah.
extra bundle and
Nice.
You got
Oh,
you
yeah.
got all your filament bag now, do you?
slowly but surely. I have I picked up the Sunloo dryer. I went ahead with
Okay.
that, and I've
Is
been
that
waiting
the
for.
four? Is that the
Yeah.
4 unit one?
You can do 4 or a 3 kilo roll in it too.
Oh, yeah. My dryer just does 2,
Yeah, well, that's
but I don't have as much filament as you do because you're
that,
supplying you and 2 kids.
yeah, exactly. Which I love it. I love it. Hey, if they're having fun and learning, I'll get them as
Oh
much
yeah,
equipment as they need.
that's right.
It's when he's talking about doing a full size, droid or something. Or what was the last one? It was that the dummy 13.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like, oh, that's gonna take a lot of filament, son. You can make them a little larger though.
Al, you're quite welcome, sir. Thank you for um, being patient on trying to get that email thing figured out for your prize there. Much appreciated. So, all right. Well,
Looks like Kenneth
Mr.
is
Paul,
working.
you got anything else for us this week?
I have nothing else.
All right,
I'm
wonderful.
good till next week.
You got it, Mr. Sean. You got anything?
Give the ones you love a big old hug.
Heck yeah.
That's me.
Thumbs up to that.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
Everyone have a great week.
Yep. So, all right, party people. Well, that's it for the show. Then I hope everybody has a great day, and if you don't have anything else to do, come up to Hagerstown, Maryland tomorrow and go to the show and say hi.
There you go.
Yeah, just on a whim. Why not? Other than that, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks a lot for joining us. Make sure you hit the thumbs up on the way out for us, and replay the show about 10 times every day. we need to get those watch hours up. So until then, peace out, sauerkraut.